Yo, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. No matter where you may find yourself as you listen to this, and you tune into the only sports podcast with brains and bars. It's a new year, new me, new you. I hate this hat. I'm gonna take this hat off. Actually, I don't like this hat, man. I don't like the way it looks. It's another episode of It's a Black and White Thing featuring A1 and A Ward. I'm one half of the dynamic duo. I'm your boy A1. You can check out every episode of the podcast by going to the podcast app of your choice, wherever you find the good podcasts. Leave a comment, give us 5 stars, share the audio version. You can also check us out on YouTube by searching at Brains and Bars. Hit the notification bell, subscribe. Let me do that correctly. Hit the like, hit the notification bell, subscribe. I think I still got it backwards, but it's okay. It's a new year. We're working on it. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's them boys again. Shout out to Neff in the building. You know what I'm saying? Benjamin Button out on all streaming platforms. Shout out. So yeah, man. So normally I have my guy Ward with me, but Ward is not here today. He's got a lot of things going on, and so we have a special guest in the building. He's a friend of the show. I'm trying to think back. The first time I met this brother was back in Atlanta. I'm not sure if he remembers this, but it's back in Atlanta. I forget what Battle of Ward it was that he was having at that time. I'm pretty sure it was Atlanta, but it was Atlanta. We met several members of the LTBR team. We started to follow each other on Twitter. Then he had a post about mental health and his mental health in particular, and the things that he had overcome. And I was like, yo, that's really good writing. I'm glad you're here. And it just kind of grew from there. And he's become a homie, a brother, a friend. And despite Loso's objections, he is quickly catching up with him in appearances on the show. So Loso, if you don't want your spot to be overtaken, you're going to have to make some more appearances. He is a contributor to Let's Talk Battle Rap. They have the group chat podcast that premieres on Sundays on the Let's Talk Battle Rap YouTube page. He is friend of the show, Titus. My brother, how you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm doing great, bro. That was a lovely intro. I appreciate that. That probably was that Ward Will?
Yeah,
it was
I
Ward
think
Rosenberg. I think one of
it was.
those.
It had to be Rosenberg. I don't think I
Rosenberg,
wasn't there
yeah.
for Will. I wasn't there for Will, so it
Yeah,
had
and
to
you
be
know what?
Ward.
France and CC and everybody was there for Rosenberg. So that makes sense. Yeah, it had to be Rosenberg. Yep. That was the one.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
Shout out to
man.
Mama Ward in the building.
Mama Ward, the best.
Absolutely. But how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good, tough weekend, but we got through it. Fought through that. We just kept it moving, And then when one door closes, a job opens,
It's been a lot of that in the NFL, man. A lot. Yeah.
How you
We
feeling?
gotta. I mean, listen, man. Like, all due respect to you, like this has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with AJ Brown. It has
I'll
nothing
take
to
it
do with
personal.
Jalen Hurts, Saquon, Jordan Davis,
This is good.
Jalen Carter. We can go through the whole 53. Has nothing to do with them. It couldn't have happened to a better person. Like I feel about Nick like when Kendrick say, I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk, I hate the way you dress. Yeah, that he could have been writing that for me specifically when talking about Nick Sirianni. Don't like him as a staff, label, and a crew. Don't rock with him. I want the worst for him professionally. Like I told my guys this morning, if Nick Sirianni somehow ended up on the 49ers, that might be my last day as a 49er fan. That's how much I don't rock with Nick Sirianni. Like I just don't. Like he might be a nice guy off the field. He might be a saint off the field. But professionally, I only want the worst for him. Only want the worst for him professionally. And I apologize that you get caught up in my hatred for that young man. I apologize, but it is what it is.
I don't take it personally. He's a hateable figure unless you're a Philly fan. Then he's still hateable, but a lot of times all that extra stuff is like, I like that. It only got me this year was the only time I didn't like it after the Bills game. Like, bro, ain't nothing funny today. Why ain't nothing funny about this win? This ain't time to laugh and joke and celebrate. Nothing good happened today.
Yeah.
That's what it was too far. That's
Yep.
when it was too far. That's when it was a lot. There were a lot of too fars for me with the Eagles season this year. I don't know if you want to get in that first. There was a lot of too fars for me. A lot of people
We're
went too
gonna
far this
we're
year.
gonna
But
get into
yeah, I
that.
want
We're
to see
gonna
in yours.
yeah, we're gonna get into
For
that,
sure.
man. We're gonna talk a little bit of NFL. Shout out to my homie Ricky in the building. Yeah, I listen. There, I'm pretty sure you could create a I hate Nick Sirianni fan club and probably crack 1,000 members in about less than an hour. Like you
100%.
probably could, respectfully.
100%.
But shout out to Nick Sirianni though. I mean, he's got a life to live. He's got a family to feed and all that good stuff. But anyway, we got a good show lined up for you, man. We're gonna talk. We'll see how much battle rap we get into. We'll start there. If there's anything we can discuss there, then we'll jump into the college football playoff. We're gonna talk about the NFL. So I do want to start with a little bit of battle rap. I don't know if you got a chance to watch any of the battles this weekend, or if you were preoccupied. But were you able to see anything?
I watched the Sunday battles on Monday because they were not Sunday battle rap. You're not taking priority over playoff football. I don't care where let's talk battle rap. It's playoff football on Sundays. You're not priority. I'm sorry. I'll drop in when I can.
Yeah.
But no, I thought the car was pretty good. I thought Chef Trez did Chef Trez things as always. It's always nice. I love watching Chef Trez do Chef Trez things because he's one of the only guys. Him, I'll say Ward, and a couple other guys, the only ones that treat every opponent as if there's some top tier that can beat them, and they just go up there and just do mean things. It's like you don't have to do all that, bro. You don't have to do all that to him. But I love that level of consistency. Swamp and Capo, despite all the nonsense, was a good battle. Also, we have an interview with Capo that dropped. Q interview Capo.
So I did
So
see
make sure y'all
that.
check that out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that was good. Despite all the nonsense. I Ward an official, man. Official in New Orleans is just like, what's the point? I don't because Ward was good. But it's just, they just it's official. She got, home field advantage to 1,000, it's real like prime. Well, I don't want to say that example because that's your rival. The good home field advantage. That's what I was saying. It's a real good home field advantage, It's like the Superdome when it reopened. It was nasty. It was violent going down there. But yeah, I like the card overall. I thought everybody did really. I thought all the battles were pretty good. I think it was much that didn't stand out. Chilla Jones deciding to just turn back the clock on None was mean. I don't think None deserved that. I don't think he deserved that at all. But it was a fun card though.
That's what's up. I have not watched anything. So we'll save my Sunday viewing experience with the Niners and the Eagles. We'll say that when we get to the actual football part of it. I'm just tweeting out a link here to the show. So,
okay.
What was your question?
I was gonna retweet that, but I might go off cam for just a second.
That's okay. That's okay. Let's see. All right, and we got it. So, shout out. I have heard good things about Capo and Swamp. I need to watch Saga versus J2. This J2 is now battled 3 of the 4 horsemen. So the only one that's left is Street Hymns. And if he is somehow able to pull that battle off in the near future, does he become the first one to have battled all 4? I think he will become the first battle rapper. That's a little piece of battle rap trivia history, in that J2 will become, I think, the first battle rapper to have battled all 4 horsemen if he ends up getting a battle with Street Hymns. So somebody set that up, please.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he would be. Yeah.
So that's a little piece of battle rap history. So I'll need to check out that battle.
He's racing Kid Chaos. I think Chaos needs what, Loso and Ward, I think. Yeah, Chaos ain't battle Loso. Chaos ain't battle, is it? No.
When did he battle Street?
He battled Street in the PGs.
Yep, you're right. You're
Street in the PGs. Then he battled the Saga. And then he's got Ward and Loso left, I think. I think they can be one of those two can do it. Probably J2's closer though, but yeah.
Yeah. Rapgrid.com to go recap, catch the battles. J2 does his best work when he battles the horsemen. All right. I'm about to check that out. J2 was good against Loso. It's just Loso was on another level.
It was the same story with the Ward battle. He was good in the Ward battle, and it just didn't. It meant nothing.
It didn't mean anything. Yeah, so I need to check out Capo and Swamp. Obviously, need to check out Ward. I need to check out Foots and Be Magic.
Oh yeah, Frisbee
That
Magic
that
was fun.
that was a battle that I was definitely interested in. And like you said, go check out on the Let's Talk Battle Rap page, Capo and Q Moody. Did I get that right?
Yes. Yep.
So Q Moody, I just saw a clip from that, or maybe I saw the thumbnail. One of the two hit my timeline earlier, so make sure y'all go check that out. Out also, we won't have to really get into this. I want to save your comments and check you out on the group chat podcast with the Let's Talk Battle Rap team. But URL just announced their first event of the season of the year, Outside Six. I really like some of the names. Speaking of Kid Chaos, we got the return of Kid Chaos.
Yes.
So excited to see that. Chef Trez and Mad Flex. You had my attention. You got my attention when I saw Mad Flex and Chef Trez come across the screen as one of the announced matchups. Shout out to Mike P, man. Mike P getting a legacy battle in Tay Rock. Some of the standouts on that card. I'm trying to think who else did I miss there? Because I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of good matchups on that card.
Hansel Cortez is
Hansel
up there.
Cortez and
The return of
David.
drugs. Drugs is back.
Return of
URL.
drugs, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then Marvin and T Top.
So
and, yeah.
Listen. I mean, Marv, friend of the show. I'm always here for a Marv battle. Yeah. So Marv T Top is gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one.
Yes. Anderson Burris and Arsenal, if you're into that kind of thing. That's people into that. That's what you're here for.
I'm curious what that battle is going to look like. What the outcome of that battle would be. Justice and Drugs. Yep. So that one we talked about. Marv one, Rum Nitty, Kid Chaos. Yeah, we named them all. We hit them all. So yeah, I am excited for this event. If I was had a little bit more disposable income and single, yeah, I think I would. Like, I'm too married to just on a whim hit up and just fly to Orlando on a card that Ward isn't on. Like, that's my primary reason for being outside at battle rap events is because my guy is on it. But if I was just, if I was single and had the money, which I would if I was single,
right?
Yeah, I probably hit the road for that. I hit the road for that.
For sure.
Yeah, that's what's up though. But shout out to URL, man. Like I said, we were not going to talk too much battle rap. We're going to get into the sports. We're going to have an episode. I'm going to have to curate an episode where we get like a Let's Talk Battle Rap black and white crossover where we talk.
Absolutely.
We can get more into the Tim Duncan of battle rap. We can talk about that. We can talk about battle rap and events and stuff like that. We'll talk. I'll talk more offline about that comment in just a second. Once we're done. But let's get into some sports, man. So let's start in the world of college football. We have the finals, right? The championship game of college football has been set. The Indiana Hoosiers are real. Oh, hold up, Mama Ward. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I have not watched any of the women's tournament. Shout out to TBL, WTBL, for putting on their tournament. I heard good things about Big Ice. I heard good things about Mallory X. Mm-hmm. I heard good things about, was it Eon? There was one particular battle that stood out, and I feel like Hope Trilly. It was the Hope Trilly battle. I cannot remember who she battled, but I heard I heard that Hope Trilly and Capo and Swamp, those were the battles of the weekend. So yes, thank you, Mama Ward, for keeping us honest on that. Yes, give it up for the ladies. So either way, you can go check out all the battles, the women's tournament and the event it was a crossover event between Creo and TBL that went down in NOLA this weekend. If you go to rapgrid.com, Ricky, this is how you can catch the battles. Go to rapgrid.com. It's on the banner. As soon as you click on the site, it's the very top one. It's Mardi Gras Smoke 3 and the WTBL Primetime Tournament. You click that link. The VOD is available. And for a $50, now you're getting a lot of battles, right? We're talking about over 10 battles that you're going to get. Yeah. So you get the women's tournament. Let me try to see who else was on here. Yeah, Zan versus Hope Trilly, I heard was battle of the night. Mm-hmm. I heard Marasha I think she might have moved on to the second round. Shout out to KC with Marasha. I believe she won her battle, so she's moving on. If I got that wrong, please forgive me. But yeah, go check it out, man. $50. You get 2 days worth of battles.
$25
Rapgrid.com.
$25 per day, basically. It's not bad. In battle rap economy, it's a good price. It's primo pricing right there in the battle rap economy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's get into some sports, man. Let's talk about some sports. So again, world of college football. Indiana, Miami is playing for the national championship next week. Not the world that I thought I was going to be living in when we sat down and talked about this at the beginning of the season. Now, I did mention at the beginning that I thought Miami had the ability to play for a national championship simply because they had Carson Beck and because of his experience. There was a good team around him that he can make it. I did not see Indiana, 1, being undefeated, 2, winning the Big Ten, 3, having the Heisman Trophy winner, and then just going and putting BTA to everybody they face in this tournament.
So violent. It's so violent.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in your lifetime, how high does this turnaround that Indiana has gone through over the last few years, how high does that rank on your surprise list? Or how, just in general, like how shocking is it to see a school like this play for a national championship in 2 years?
I think the best way to put this, and I literally just thought about this just now, like no joke, I just thought about this. I have seen Indiana win the Big Ten, have a Heisman winner, and play for a national championship before I have seen Texas A&M win a conference championship in either of the 2 conferences I've seen them in my 32 years. I haven't seen like that. These are things that I've seen that I've never seen happen before. I've never seen A&M win the Big 12 or the SEC. Wow. But you know what I have seen? I've seen Indiana go to the national championship game with the Heisman winner and apparently the top quarterback off the board also somehow. It's incredible.
Wait, you have to be old enough to have seen. Didn't A&M win the Big 12 once when they first got there?
Probably. I don't remember it though.
I feel like for some reason Sir Parker stands out. Yeah, they won it in 96.
Okay, I was 3.
No, I'm sorry, 98. 98.
Okay, I was 5. All right, they won when I was 5. There we go. So they got 1.
Hold on, let me make sure I'm not tripping. I feel like this is the case. Let me see. Yeah. 1998. I'm like, I know they won the Big 12 once.
Okay, they got that. All right, cool. That's all right. Hey, they did get the Big 12. They did get that.
I guess I'm old. I'm old enough to remember that.
Yeah. I wasn't paying attention too hard, but yeah, okay, they got that one. Shout out to Texas A&M. But that one, they haven't yet. They haven't done that one.
Haven't done that yet.
They were so excited to go over there. They were so excited too.
I mean, look, they had reasons for optimism. They were undefeated. Now, mind you, when you go look who they beat, maybe they weren't beating the Georgias and the Bamas of the world, but they were undefeated. So you have to.
I don't know if I told this story on air, but I think I told you this story that one of my in-laws was asking me who to pick between Texas and Texas A&M. We put money on, and I said, I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen A&M be undefeated in my life, and I don't think it's possible. So just pick Texas. And it worked because college football is that simple sometimes. Sometimes college football is just about things that aren't destined to happen. They're not allowed.
They're not allowed. Absolutely not allowed. And A&M, so I shot up Bomani Jones. He calls them an 8-win program. It doesn't matter if they have 10 wins, they're still an 8-win program. And I mean, the way they went out, it was
8-winish.
It was 8-winish. It was very 8
behavior. It was.
Absolutely.
It was. But no, This Indiana thing is one of the. I don't think I want to fully appreciate it because I just don't think I'll ever see it again. Like, I really don't. I mean, through Signetti, all things are possible apparently, but man, this is so confusing because this was 2 years with a bunch of guys from James Madison.
A quarterback
who also made the playoff this year.
I mean, the person who replaces, I forget the name of the gentleman who's leaving James Madison to go to UCLA, but you got big shoes to fill, right? You look at what Signetti did before him. Then you have, his name is Bob something. But yeah, if you look at what they've done the last 3 or 4 years, And yeah, you got big shoes to fill. And they're not Bob Chesney. They're not going to. I gotta say, this doesn't look like a Bob, by the way. I'm just looking at this picture. Does not look like what I would consider to be a Bob. But you have big shoes to fill when taking over this program, and so they're not going to accept no half stepping. So you better come
No,
correct. But
definitely.
yeah, man, I think it is. I've been watching college football. So 1988 is my first college football memory. I became a Notre Dame fan because they were on TV. They were really good. They won a championship that year, and I've been following them ever since. And I've never seen anything like this. Where, like you said, like in 2 years, the losingest program in the history of the sport, I believe, if not the losingest, they're in the top three.
Right.
To turn around and become a national power in 2 years is something that is unbelievable. I still have a little bit of skepticism if they can be this good again next year because we
Right.
don't know who the quarterback's going to be yet. But I mean, they gotten some more good talent in the portal. I'm curious to see what recruiting looks like for them after this run because normally when you make this kind of run, it bumps you up. Shout out to Notre Dame. They've had as when you factor in the portal and their recruiting class this year on 24/7, they have the number one recruiting class in the country right now.
Whoa.
Um, and so
Believe
that
that.
is the bump from playing in a national championship game. Like you see that when you're not a perennial powerhouse, you get that kind of bump in the following year. So I am curious to see what their recruiting class looks like in 27. Shout out to Signetti. Like I said, it's an amazing job. He has those kids there. The thing that I appreciate about his team is they're focused, they're locked in, they're
Yes.
disciplined, they play good sound football, which can kind of be the opposite of how Miami plays from
Mm-hmm.
time to time. Miami is a good program. Miami's a good team, but I am still surprised that they're here.
Yeah.
In part because their coach can make some baffling decisions at times. The players can make. I mean, the penalties that they racked up in their last game should have sunk them,
Right.
but they were able to overcome it. And so, I mean, I think that this is going to be a good game. I'm very hyped to see how Indiana handles the pressure from Bain and Mesidor.
That's the thing for me. That's the number
Bain,
one thing when it comes to Miami. Like, how you dealing with Ruben Bain? Because if you don't have an answer, there's nothing's happening. It's nothing good's coming from that.
and he didn't have the sack total that he had against Ohio State, but please understand that he was a menace. He was
Yes.
creating havoc all over that field against Ole Miss, and if he can create that level of havoc against Indiana, I think it's going to be tough for them to win because I do think, like I said, Miami has a really good team. Their secondary can be had.
Yeah.
You can gash them in the secondary, but it's hard to run the football against them. And yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Me
Let me
too.
ask you this: How do you feel? Do you feel that this has been a good season, a good year for college football?
I would say yes, because I think with the way the playoff is going, I think it is kind of showing that there might have been something to the idea that the NIL did open it up to parity. Like it might, there are seems to be more chance for these things. 'Cause I really didn't think that was going to happen. I figured the powerhouse just had more money and still just go figure it out. But then people point out that you can't build the depth you used to be able to build. Like guys aren't going to sit there for 2 years and they just go transfer and play immediately. Like that does make sense because they were a lot of these teams, Alabama, Georgia, they are built off this depth, like going five
Mm-hmm.
deep. 1 year Jordan Davis is there, the next year is Jalen Carter. Like that's what Georgia had, right? Like so that's the advantages that they have at those programs. But now with this portal and the NIL, it's like I can go play next year. I don't have to wait. I have to wait my turn. And I think about how much that played into the depth factor, how much it did actually create a level of competition amongst these teams, amongst these programs. Like I don't think there's a true quote unquote Cinderella. You can call Indiana Cinderella, but they're undefeated and they've washed teams. Like this, there's nothing. They look like they belong. They don't look like it's a shock. They're like they're supposed to be here the way they're handling teams. So I can't really call them a Cinderella story. Miami's the most Cinderella story somehow. They're a 10 seed, and I arguably shouldn't even been here. But
No, I
that's
think they should have been here.
well,
So
I'm sorry.
they
No, Miami should have been here. Alabama should have been here. That's my Alabama should have been here. That's my issue.
Alabama should
They
not have been
made
here.
they put Notre Dame out and Miami against each other. I'm like, we're looking at the wrong house. The house is in Tuscaloosa. That's who doesn't need to be here. The little 3-loss program over there. They need to be at home. like getting ready for the
Yeah.
the Gators Tax Slayer Bowl. That's what you need to be prepared for. That's what they should have been in. But no,
they
I
sh-
do think this year's been great. This year's kept me interested, honestly. Like I'm like, yo, this is kind of crazy. I want to see if Ohio State was able to repeat, and they weren't. I wanted to see if Oregon would finally be able to break through, and Indiana said no. I want like these are things that were captivating. Now and the Michael Irvin of it all. You can never discount the Michael Irvin of it all. People love the Michael Irvin memes.
I don't know what's going to happen. So it's in. We have a potential, pardon the hurricane pun, but we have a potential perfect storm
Yeah,
brewing.
yeah.
If Miami wins this title at home with Michael Irvin in attendance, I feel like there needs to be a Twitch streamer who can follow him around in the 6 to 8 hour window after he leaves that stadium. Not that I think playmakers going to get into anything illegal. However, shenanigans will
Yeah,
abound.
it's gonna
They will
shenanigan.
ensue, and I need to be able to see all of it. So whether that's I Show Speed, Kai Sinat,
Somebody get down
RDC,
there,
Duke Dennis, whoever, somebody get a camera and follow that man around because
please.
it is going to be insane if they win that championship. Um, by the
I'm
way, the
scared.
spread.
I'm scared for Michael Irvin.
I
I really
mean,
am. I'm scared for his heart rate
I
because that
mean,
man's going through it on the sidelines.
he's sweating more than the players, and I just don't even
Yes,
understand how that's possible. How you work yourself into your cardio, your heart rate into such a space and a place where you're sweating more than the people who are actually on the field. It's absolutely amazing. So, by the way, you talked about Miami being an underdog story.
Mhm.
Indiana is an 8.5 point favorite right now.
That seems so insane to me. And I know that Vegas usually knows. They use you look at the lines like that line's crazy. They usually know. This one like I just don't. I understand, but I don't think it's gonna be that. I really don't. I don't think it's gonna be that because that spread to me relies on Carson Beck doing some Carson Beck stuff and turning the ball over a lot, right? But
Yeah.
I don't think Chris Paul's gonna give him the chance to do that if he didn't have to. Like I really don't because I want to see the trenches early in this game because Miami's Chris Paul did build the trenches. He went right for
Yes.
the trenches. He built those up properly. I do want to see how Miami holds up against that. I mean, Indiana holds up against that. Now they are a
Mhm.
better tackling team than Ole Miss. The third worst tackling team in the SEC, even though they made the defense coordinator the head coach. Just saying, you know, Trinidad Chambliss, the NCAA is helping you. Go get your money now. Just saying. Um, so I am curious to see how they handle the trenches in this game. I think that's where it's all gonna be. So, like you said, the Ruben Bain factor. Because early, I was surprised the Ole Miss game got close. Because I saw Ruben Bain wrecking shop early. I said, yeah, this isn't gonna go well for Ole Miss because they haven't seen pressure yet. This is the first time they saw pressure. We don't know what Fernando Mendoza is gonna look like under pressure, but I do know Signetti has them boys prep for any and everything, apparently. Because he saw Oregon, he's like, hey, we not doing none of that close battle stuff. That's not happening again. Get him out of here. Get them out of my
Man,
face. Like the way they knew they were just dialed in. Because those turnovers weren't like they weren't necessarily bad decisions. They just knew what was coming.
I knew it was coming.
They were flying. And it's like that's a different level than just Dante Moore melting down. Like he didn't melt down. They just took it. It was like, no, it's
So
we're taking
there
everything.
had I've seen we're going to get to Oregon in a second, but
Mhm.
I've seen some allegations of cheating of
Saw that
Indiana
too.
that they're stealing signs. I don't know if it's a full-fledged Connor Stallion situation. I doubt it. I think it might be more like Venables is famous for being a sign stealer, which I guess my thing is it's hard to steal signs because now they have the in head set communication. Like you can communicate
Right.
straight to the quarterback. So I'm just like,
Right.
well, how are they stealing signs if they're already like they're communicating directly, unless you're talking about now that they got some kind of interference where they can hear some extra
Yeah.
true, Mission Impossible espionage going on.
Right.
Um, but now let's talk real quick about Oregon because we texted each other. I stopped
Mhm.
watching that game at halftime. It was over. There was
Yeah.
nothing.
You missed
There
nothing.
was nothing else to see. It was time to go be a family man, and so I cut the TV off, and me and my wife started watching. Probably, dang, what show was that? Probably Abbott Elementary.
Mm,
I think we started an episode of Grey's Anatomy. No, that was Thursday night, right? Was that
yeah,
Thursday or
yeah.
Friday
I
night?
think it was think it was Thursday because I think I had to. I think it was Thursday.
No, I think it was Friday. It
No,
was
it was Friday.
Friday.
It was
It
Friday.
was
It was
Friday
Friday. It was
night.
Friday. It was Friday.
Yeah, so we were watching Grey's Anatomy. We started watching that. I think we finished some news show that came out. So yeah, it became a TV night for us. But we started texting each other, and I was like, Oregon has got like you mentioned Dan Lanning, and like he's starting to get a little bit of a rep. And I said, well, it's not just Dan Lanning. This is who Oregon
Yeah.
has been now for a long time. They're the bridesmaid always. Never a bride, always a bridesmaid. I go back to when they had Dennis Dixon.
Yeah.
Dennis Dixon was probably the front runner for the Heisman Trophy. I think they were either undefeated, had one loss. He tears his ACL, that derails him, right? The Marcus Mariota years, they never could seem to get over the hump. The Justin Herbert years, they never could seem to get over the hump.
Even that championship game with Chip, I forgot the quarterback's name, but that year, that game they were that close to beating that Cam Newton. Like that Cam Newton Auburn team is legendary, but they were this close to not winning that game.
Is that? I guess Mariota came after that.
Yeah, Mariota was after that. Mariota and Jameis Winston were in the same draft.
You're right.
Yeah, Ohio State beat that Oregon team, I think. I don't know if that was it. Jeremiah Masoli? No, it wasn't Masoli.
Was that Auburn again?
Auburn.
Hold on, I gotta look this up. They won in 2004 and 2010.
Yeah, 2010 was the Cam year. That was the year of Cam Newton.
So that might be the Ohio State year then, because I don't think an SEC team won that particular year when Oregon beat the brakes off of Florida State.
No, that was Oregon. No, Ohio State won that year. Ohio State beat them that year in the championship. Auburn beat them that time, and the Ohio State game wasn't close, but that Auburn game was real tight with the Cam Newton Auburn squad. That game was real tight. It came down to
because that had the Michael Dyer play where he thought he was down, but he wasn't down.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. And I think Brent Musburger said this one's for all the Tostitos. I'll never forget that. It's an incredible call. It's just a great sponsor call. That was amazing, man.
Darren Thomas. Darren Thomas is the name of the quarterback.
Yeah. That was but yeah, like you said, they've always been close. And then I had a thought, and I want to run this, but I don't know if I text you this or not. Are they just if you look at Oregon as college football's Gonzaga, it just fits, right?
Yeah, because Gonzaga's never won a chip, right?
They haven't gotten it. No, they haven't gotten it done yet. They haven't gotten it yet.
I think that's a great call. I think that's a great call. They are the Gonzaga of college football.
Yeah. That thought came to when you texted me that. I said, you know what, that might just be it. Like if I look at them like that, I was listening to Ringer Tailgate show, and they were talking about they were like Oregon's the most boring story left in the playoff, and I'm like, I disagree with that, and I disagree with that because I'm like, if Oregon wins the championship, it does establish it's just like the final thing they need for their powerhouse to actually be a powerhouse. That's the last step for them is actually win a chip because they've been here for so long, so consistent. The last that they need is a chip, and that would be incredible, honestly, to establish them officially. I thought it would be a great story, but now I'm looking at them as Gonzaga. I'm like, never mind, it's not meant for you. It's okay.
Man, now I'm trying to make the battle rap correlation. Like, who is the Oregon of battle rap? We don't have to answer that question now. We can just think on that.
Think on that, yeah.
Because that's a hard one to like come up with the name in the moment of someone who's like right there at the step of top tier, but they haven't gotten the Summer Madness or the Gnome.
Yeah,
they haven't gotten like the signature battle yet, but they're just right there.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna clip this.
Mm-hmm.
Lord help me, I don't know where this is gonna go. But who is the Oregon battle rap?
Actually, I have an answer, but it's a top tier. But he's had multiple chances to ascend to the next level, but he always lost. It's JC. JC's had his runs. Tay-Rock, Surf. What was the Geechee twerk? All that it's happened. He's been this close to his mega match, and something went wrong every single time.
Dang.
I think it's JC.
Okay, so Titus has JC. I'm going to rock with that answer. His wealth of battle rap knowledge is better than mine, so I'm going to rock with that answer. Who do y'all think is the Oregon of battle rap? Is it JC? Is there another name? For some reason, Danny Myers came to mind.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
But yeah, like who's the Oregon of battle rap? Yeah, man. I just don't. And shout out to Dan Lanning. This is only his third year, right? I think he's completed his third year.
Yeah.
So, and I saw I follow Mitchell Schwartz, who is an Oregon alum, and he talked about all the positives of their season. He talked about the positives of Dan Lanning. There's they're a powerhouse in recruiting, top 10 recruiting classes every year. They're only getting better. They just got Mahomes the fourth to commit to the school. Shout out to Dylan Raiola, who committed to Oregon. And they might have a unique situation. So they got Dante Moore 2 years ago.
Right.
But at that time, they'd already gotten Dylan Gabriel in the portal. So
Okay.
Dante Moore got to sit for a year underneath Dylan, and then he got to be the starter. Part of me feels like Dylan went to Oregon because Dante's going to declare for the draft. But if he doesn't, Oregon would have positioned themselves in 3 years to grab their QB1 for the future while they still had their current QB1 on the roster, which is a great place to be in.
Yeah.
So you know what you got in Dylan. He's a talented kid. We already know about his credentials in high school, number one quarterback coming out. And so if Dante should happen to stay, you have a great insurance policy in case Dante gets hurt, because I do think that might be the next frontier of college sports, is grooming your backup to be prepared if something happens to your starter. Because a lot of times in college, if that starter goes out, you're cooked. You're done.
Yeah.
And so they might be gaming the market, cornering the market on something that would be very helpful for them as they pursue that top tier status.
I'm actually glad you made sense of that, because I was confused when Dylan committed there. And I don't know why I thought Dylan was another one of these 7th-year seniors. So I didn't realize he was actually like his age, the appropriate age.
Yeah.
So that I'm glad you made sense of that, because I was very confused. Because like Dante didn't declare, y'all done, y'all kicking him to the curb, but that makes a lot of sense. Okay,
yeah. And if they can convince Dante to stay, I think Dante should come back. I understand the reasons why Dante would come out, because he's probably going to be a top 10 pick as long as he doesn't, be a mess in the interview process. But yeah, I think that's a great move if you can get two really talented quarterbacks in your program at the same time, especially when you got the incoming guy can come in and learn the system first. It's going to be even more prevalent because the OC for Oregon is now the head coach at Kentucky. Will Stein, I believe is his name.
That's right.
So that would give Dylan a chance to sit, learn the new system, and then go into what would be his senior season academically. And he's the man. He's got at least a season, right? He's got at least one season to try to set the world on fire before he goes in the draft.
All you need is one. Shout out to Bo Nix. All you need is one.
Make
it happen.
I mean, granted, the name I'm going to mention is unrealistic, but Cam Newton. All it took was one season.
That's it. Yeah.
All you need is one.
$200,000.
Yo, listen. I do want to say this about the transfer portal, and I'll throw this idea out to you, and you tell me what you think. To me, the NCAA needs to, I understand why they don't do this, but they need to do it so they can do it. Making this one change will, in my opinion, limit a lot of the shenanigans with the transfer portal. The first thing they need to do is declare that these are not student athletes, they are employees. I understand why you don't want to designate them as employees, because then insurance and all the other things that kind of come into play, it just makes it a little bit more expensive. But if you designate them as employees, then when you sign them to these deals, these NIL deals, now we're locking you into a multi-year deal. Right. It's no longer just a series of 1-year agreements that we just continue to re-up.
Yeah.
We're going to sign to a school coming out of college. It's a 2-year deal. At the end of that 2 years, you can reevaluate if you still want to be here. Maybe you do want to move on. Maybe the only way that contract becomes null and void is if your coach gets fired, if he retires, or if he leaves. Once one of those 3 things happens, then you are free to go. But people have tried to make the comparison of, well, coaches get to move around. Oh, yeah, that's true. But coaches also don't sign a deal and then 4 days later say, by the way, sorry, I know we just signed a contract. I'm going to another school now.
What was that kid thinking? I was like, bro, what are you doing?
I blame the parents. To me, it's not
the real thing. That's actually the real
it's the adults.
The
adults are the ones who are ruining these things for their kids because they see dollar signs, right?
I agree.
So I don't know if you saw the story of the kid who committed to Tennessee. Well, sorry, he committed to Ohio State.
Mm.
Well, let me take a step back one more time. I think he did commit to Tennessee. He flipped his commitment to Ohio
Oh,
State.
I know
His
you're talking. Yeah, yeah,
family wanted him to go to Tennessee. So on
yeah.
signing day, he was absent. He wasn't around. The paperwork ended up going to Tennessee, signing there.
Yes, yeah, yeah. I
I
remember
think
that
he
now.
got on
Yeah,
social media and said something about like how his family has control of his accounts. He can't do anything. He's stuck. Now the story has a good ending, at least for now. He
yeah,
ended up Tennessee released him from his commitment. He ended up at Ohio State, but who knows what the situation is with his family right now, right? Because,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
think it's the same thing with the kid. I think it's Desmond Williams
I think,
at
yeah, yeah. At
at
Washington,
Washington.
yeah, because he committed,
His
and then 4 days later was like, "Yo, I'm out," and they're like, "Hey, we will sue you. You understand this, right?" Which,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's like, hey, this sounds harsh. No, it's not. Like, hey, man, we don't play grown man games. We don't play adult games. We have to have adult consequences. All right, you're not just gonna sign with us and say you're still in the portal. No, you're not. You signed. You're
no,
here.
and his father, like at a certain point, said he'll never play for Washington again, right? So once he
Yeah,
announced, his father said he's done there, and it's just like, well, wait, you signed a deal though. Like you
yeah,
can't just renege. Like you
right.
have to actually honor your commitment. And so the
Yeah,
adults are messing this up for the kids, but
yeah,
to
you're right about
me,
that.
you designate them as employees, and when you sign these deals, these NIL deals, these letters of intent, you're locked in for 2 years unless something
I agree.
happens to your
Yeah,
coach. Your coach leaves, cool. And after 2 years, if you decide you want to transfer, you're more than welcome to.
yeah.
But when you
It's not
sign to the next school, it's another two
2
years. Like we're
years. Yeah,
trying to keep this from being like, bro, it's getting kind of crazy where you look and go, oh, he was at Notre Dame. Oh, then he went to Ohio State. Oh, and then he went to Tennessee. And oh, he went to Washington.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's
Like,
like, bro, like, what are you doing?
it's insane. It's so insane. And this was so infuriating to me about the way the NCAA moved. Because if they would have just done what they were supposed to do before the Supreme Court bipartisanly said, hey, this is nonsense, they got a bipartisan decision from the Supreme Court. I don't think people understand how ridiculous that concept is in these times. Like the Supreme Court unanimously, except for like, I think had one dissenter was like, hey, this is illegal. This is completely illegal. Like they would have done what they needed to because they knew what they were doing was nonsense. They could have had some control over it, but because they waited so long, they put themselves in this bind to where, hey, it's a free for all and it's your fault because you didn't do what you're supposed to do ahead of time. They were so desperate to hold on to this idea of amateurism and all the bells and whistles. Like, yo, yeah, I just saw this program build a $40 million facility, and you're telling me they don't have money to pay people. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. Like if they would have done what they were supposed to do from the jump, it would have been better. And they're not gonna make employees. They want to hold on to the idea. Yo, these are student athletes. You're not learning going from school to school. There's no learning happening. It's just not possible. It's not
Man,
possible. You're not building any inroads. You don't know your professors. You're just here. It's and that's what frustrated me about it too. And like you said, I don't like. I think we're on the same boat. Like it's even to the point where all of us who like pay the players are like, why am I seeing a internet card saying you just re-signed your quarterback? What do you mean you re-signed your quarterback? Okay, I don't. I don't need you. Like I don't like that.
yeah,
I don't like that.
yeah.
And like I said, I do think it's bad. It does show these kids that like, hey, if you don't like it, just leave. No, 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 no. Sometimes you need to wait your turn. Waiting your turn is perfect. It's not meant for you to play immediately. The grass ain't always greener. These are things they need to learn, and I feel like so many of them are gonna learn it the hard way. I still think about Jalen Rashada a lot, and it makes me so sad. That's what makes me so sad, man.
I mean, that was the first kind of like cautionary tale.
Yeah.
I think Nico Iamaliava is another one who blew a $2 million bag because
Mm.
again, the adults wanted him to make more.
Right. Right.
Whatever happened to the kid at UNLV who like up and
Ooh, yeah. He
bounced,
left in the middle of the year.
left in the middle of the year,
Yeah.
and I was never heard from
Haven't
again.
heard
By
from
the way,
that.
I don't know where he went, don't know where he is, don't know if he got a dime. And it's just like, well, bro, you're at UNLV, like you're not at Florida. All due
Right.
respect, you're
Yeah.
not at one of these big time programs where if you leave, it's just kind of automatically assumed that some other big boy is going to come call him. Yeah, like I want now, mind you, I've seen like kind of anonymous quotes when like the athletic will talk to high school
Mhm.
recruits about why did you commit to the school. These
Yeah.
kids are saying it's not just the money.
Right.
So I mean, in some of these stories that we highlight, yes, we're cherry picking kind of the most extreme ones, but nah, man, like some of these kids on the humble, right? It might not be out front. but they are making a decision. I mean, Jaden Rashada is one of them, right? They are saying, hey, I'm going to go to this school. The next school says, well, how about $3 million extra a
Right.
year?
Right.
Right. I mean, because the fact that I want to say it was either Sam Levitt or maybe Desmond Williams, one of their potential like contracts got leaked,
Yeah.
and it talked about like $4 to $6 million.
The kid going to Texas Tech was Sorsby. He's getting 5. Look how he's getting 5.
And
And
I'm
that's the
like,
other thing about the port. I'm like, yo, I don't know anybody's name. I don't know who is he? I've never seen him before. What do you mean he's getting $5 million? I've never seen him play football before.
he played for Cincinnati. I know
Yeah,
that much. I mean,
that's
he
all
was
I know.
they were decent. I didn't watch the Cincinnati game, so I can't sit
Yeah,
here and act like I know they had a good record. I think they won 8 games.
yeah. It does
So
run the risk of the college basketball thing that happened with the one and dones, right? Where we just like, I mean, it it was harder to invest in the men's players because they were there for a year and gone. Like it never felt like they were really, really there, right? It's like, how can I develop my hatred for these Duke players? He's here for a year and he's leaving. I can't. I need 3 years. Like imagine JJ Redick only had 1 year of Duke. Like I wouldn't know what to do with that. Like a good 2 years. Like can't stand. The only one who really made a dent in that 1 year was Austin Rivers. God,
yeah,
he made a dent.
yeah,
He
yeah,
made a
yeah,
dent
yeah,
in
he
that
did.
1 year.
He
But
made a dent. Yeah.
but it's hard. It's hard to develop those things in the real pageantry of college football when guys are just every year they're going somewhere. Like Lenore Sellers, I'm so glad he went back to South Carolina. Like I know it probably would have been best for him to go somewhere else, but I'm so glad he went back to South Carolina because that's gonna be a dude that's gonna be there for 3-4 years, and that's awesome. It's a legacy
Yeah.
there. Even Jalen Hurts transferred, right? Jalen Hurts transferred from Alabama after 4 years, basically. You think he did a full 4, right?
Yeah, I
Like
think he did a full 4, then he did
yeah,
a graduate transfer year.
he established himself as an Alabama quarterback and an Alabama legend. They love him in Alabama. Alabama fans love Jalen Hurts, right? Like those are things that we're gonna missing. We're gonna miss because these guys are just going everywhere when it doesn't work out in one place.
So I am a little concerned that it's a very minute concern. There is a small concern that our passion for college football is going to die a little bit just because of what you said.
Mm,
Basketball is such a unique sport, though, in that, especially in the college game, where you need to have that level of stability. Like you
right.
said, you need to be able to connect because the March tournament is such a huge billboard, right? But that regular season is all leading up to that. So it's kind of hard to get attached to a guy if they'll go on a Cinderella run, and then the next year he's playing for somebody else. You lose a little bit of that momentum, if you will,
Yeah.
that you've built up. And now you got to start all over again because it's a new team, new coaches, new teammates, new story. And we need that continuity in college basketball. College
Mm-hmm.
football, we're football degenerates. Like
Yeah.
we're degenerate country when it comes
They
to
going.
football. So we're
They going.
going to invest into it
Yeah.
every year, no matter where they go, and
That's
we'll
true.
just be going, oh, he's there now. Okay, cool. I was
Yeah,
wondering
that's
where he
true.
was. I
That's
couldn't
very
find
true.
him.
That's very true. Yeah,
Um,
you're right about that.
but yeah, so real quick, I'm gonna give you the ISO for just a second. I want you to give us your pick. Indiana versus Miami. It's an 8.5 point spread for Indiana, which is crazy to think about. But I'm gonna give you the screen. Who you
All right.
got? Indiana versus Miami.
Indi- Indiana, Miami. Um, we have Ruben Bain, who should be a top 5 pick quickly, easily in the draft. Versus Signetti. The Signetti monster, man. So many people are picking Indiana in a blowout, and I just think that's wrong. And I think it gives Miami a lot of love and a lot of like just it gives Miami too much to build off of, too much like hey they counting us out to build off of, and because of that, and the sadness of my heart, because I'm so sad about this, I think I'm picking Miami, which really hurts me because Mike Ryan's gonna be happy. And I just don't want that. I just don't want happy Mike Ryan. I just don't think we need that. I don't follow him this week because I can't do a week of this snobbiness. I can't, man. This is such a snob. I'm not gonna live this life with you, bro. I can't, bro. I had to get him off my timeline. Like I don't need happy Mike Ryan, man. So I really want Indiana, but I think the whole experts are going too far with this Indiana thing. I think they're going a
Hmm.
little too far with they're gonna beat them down. Like, no, I just don't think that's a thing that's gonna happen in that game. I think you're underestimating Miami a little too much.
Like you mentioned, the one thing Cristobal has done correctly is he's built up the trenches on both sides. It's not, yes, they got Mesidor, they got Bane, but they have other guys in there that can wreak havoc. So for selfish reasons, I'm taking Miami. No, like this is like a Predator versus Alien. Whoever wins, we lose situation for me. Because if Indiana wins, you can at this point you can argue that they in 2 years are, when it comes to the preeminent football university in the state of Indiana, that they are on level with Notre Dame. They win a national championship. They are the preeminent football team in the state of Indiana.
Yeah, it's kind of over. Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, that's kind of over. Ooh.
Yeah. On the flip side, I don't want to hear a thing from Mike Ryan. I have not unfollowed him, but you're right. Like I often joke with Ward, like if Tennessee, God forbid, ever wins a national championship in football,
the
amount of obnoxiousness that is going to emanate from the state, just from Knoxville alone, will be enough to make me go inside like there's 6 more weeks of winter. Like I'm the groundhog. I'll be back in 6 weeks. But if the amount of obnoxiousness from Mike Ryan alone is enough to make me deactivate my Twitter.
Honestly. Because I tried the mute option and he showed it in my For You tab. I'm like, no. See, now I got to get rid of you. I just got to get rid of you, man. You got to go.
So I'm going to go with Miami. Because I need Notre Dame to still be the preeminent school in the state of Indiana.
That's fair.
And it's a precarious position right now. Even if in a loss, it's a precarious position. So yeah, I'm going to go with Miami. I do think that their defensive line is going to make life really tough for Mendoza. You talked about Mendoza showed how he can I mean, Oregon bought the pressure, right? They tried to get home, and Mendoza is sneaky athletic guy, right? Like he's faster than you think, right? He's kind of got that Patrick Mahomes, I'm faster than you when I need to be type speed.
Right.
So,
he tried to bring that spin move out. I was like, hey, bro, don't do that no more.
Don't do that no more.
You're not that athletic, brother.
No, don't do that. But I'm going to go with Miami. I think Miami to me is it's hard to say that Miami is the better story.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that Miami is the better story if they win, just because of the historical significance of the U being back, hearkening back to those 80s teams with Schnellenberger and then Jimmy Johnson, so on and so forth. And so for me, that's a better story. I know the Americans going to say, what are you talking about? It's the losingest program of all time that's won a national championship. I get it. But I'm here I love a great dominant trash talking team, and the amount of, again, here's kind of the fun part. Miami wins. That type of trash talking obnoxiousness is going to be, we talk about Michael Irvin. He's going to have the belt. He's going to, Ray Lewis is going to be on the sideline, shimmying. You're going to have Ed Reed there. You're going to have everybody is going to be back on that sideline. And
I cannot believe it's in Miami. I cannot believe it's really in Miami. This is so insane.
Man. And the thing is, though, I feel like it's probably going to be a 50-50 crowd, though. Like, it being, I saw Mark Cuban on Twitter, like, hey, guys, like, we're trying to figure out the best way. Like, I mean, of course, he's trying to nerd it up and figure out the most economical way. And
naturally.
Yeah. So shout out to them, though. So let us know who y'all got, man. What do y'all think about who y'all got in this national championship game? You got Oregon. Excuse me. My bad, Oregon. That was a Freudian slip. Miami, Indiana, who y'all got in this national championship game? All right, let's get into this NFL.
Let's do it.
So playoffs went down this weekend. First round wild card games. Really, really good games, with the exception of one?
Yeah. This is one of the better wild card weekends we've had. because they always have a wild card weekend. It's usually a lot of beatdowns, but this one was pretty good. I think the Sunday night and the Monday nighters were like, okay, this people's getting handled. But everything in between was great. Everything in between was great. I think, yeah.
Actually, before we do that, what do you make about all these head coach openings? We kind of danced around
Man,
the topic earlier, but like Mike Tomlin steps down today, Harbaugh's gone. I mean, those are the two most shocking just because of the history and the tenure that they
yeah.
have. Like, I'm pretty sure that's got to make Andy Reid the most tenured coach now,
Oh, easily,
right?
yeah, for sure. Yeah. This I can't think of
Um,
anyone else that'd be close.
yeah, but what do you think? What do you make of all these head coaches being? I'm shocked. I think we might be at 10 now,
I think, I think it is. I think it is
which I
got to
think
be
might be a
10.
record.
Yeah. It's shocking, man. It's like a thing where I'm like, there can't be enough good people to promote as to openings. I just don't think there's 10 guys. I haven't heard 10 names of guys who are like, oh, that should be a head coach. And I was telling them, like, I don't see it, man. I don't know what y'all are gonna do. I think most of you were justified. I think they were all good decisions. I just don't know what your next decision is. So that's the thing. I thought Harbaugh's time was up. I think Tomlin's so interesting. People try to compare the Harbaugh and Tomlin. I'm like, these aren't the same thing. Harbaugh absolutely has a team with expectations. Meanwhile, Tomlin's teams are really exceeding expectations. When they get into these playoff games, it's like, I mean, you're really not supposed to win these games. You're not even supposed to be here, honestly. Whereas Harbaugh's like, why are you underachieving when you have a Ferrari at quarterback? You have a two-time MVP, bro. I don't really want to hear it from you. So I
Yeah,
just don't think it's really comparable, even though, but I do think it can be a thing where it was just kind of time for both of them. I think that's fine. I think sometimes the answer is just it's just time, right? I think that's an okay answer. That's just time. That's how I feel about
yeah,
those two. Stefanski in Cleveland. Um, I know Shador Army, the Shador soldiers to be like, yeah, you had to go. And I'm just like, I mean, I think Stefanski's a good coach. I'm not bad at him getting fired from Cleveland because the record was what it was, and he might
yeah,
have lost the locker room, but I think Stefanski's a good coach. If I'm a team, I would hire Stefanski. If I'm the Titans, I'm probably hiring Kevin Stefanski. That's a good coach for your young quarterback. It's better than Cam Ward's better than your quarterback you had, except for Baker, maybe. That's he probably is
yeah.
better than
That
Baker,
fair
right?
point.
Like,
That is a fair point.
So I think I would probably look at him. But yeah, I think most of the jobs openings are fair. I like Raheem Morris, but I'm like, it can't be this, bro. It can't be this. And I really think it's the thing where your coordinator hire will kill you because Zach Robinson, no, it's not it. I don't know what pass game he coordinated with Sean McVay, but it wasn't a good one. He didn't bring any of those lessons with him. See, it's a weird thing where it's 10 openings and every opening feels justified. But it's like the opposite of college, where like half these openings, like, what are y'all doing? Like I know Indiana's in that championship. That doesn't mean you're going to be there. Though. That's not what it means for you. I'm sorry, it's not what it means for your
It's not
program,
what it
right?
means for you.
The NFL, I think it's all kind of fair because sometimes NFL the answer is it's just time. And a lot of these guys, it was just kind of time. I don't think anyone's unfairly. I'm surprised that Aaron Glenn kept the job. That's honestly a win for us as a people. Because I was like, hey, bro, you the coordinator. Y'all didn't get no picks all year. And you was a defensive coordinator. I don't know. What you was doing. I don't know what your plan was as the defense coordinator. And your team didn't get any, as a former defense coordinator, your team got no interceptions, brother. I can't help you if they fire you. I can't help you in that situation, Aaron Glenn. But the fact that he kept the job is really progress in a way, even though we lost 2 of the 4. We gotta take that win.
Man, I saw somebody use that meme of him running down the sideline and then hitting the dance, and I'm like, bro, that's the highlight of your season, man.
It is. It
Like,
really
that's
is.
the best thing to come out of New York this year for as a staff, a label, and as a crew is
That
that moment.
dance was so good, we forget they lost that game. Because I for sure thought they won. I was like, oh, they lost that? Oh,
They did lose that game. Man, listen. I hope that he gets it. He's got to get it right. First of all, Steve Wilkes has got to be like, bro, come on. It ain't me every time. It ain't me every time.
yeah,
Like, come
Steve always
on,
is the first
man.
to go, isn't he?
Dog, he got fired. So what? He was he the head coach in Arizona?
He was the head coach in Arizona. Yeah, he
He only
was.
lasted. I don't think he got a year in Arizona. I think he was one and done there.
Did he have the Josh Rosen season too? Was he the Josh Rosen coach?
He might have been. I'm about to look
Whew,
this up real quick.
whew.
Because like Like I don't know. Maybe he needs to look in the mirror. Maybe he is the problem. Maybe it is. It does
really is
begin and end
always
with you.
Steve Wilkes. They really do be getting Steve Wilkes up out of here. It's always the
Listen,
answer.
he was 1 year with the Arizona Cardinals as the head coach. He got fired after 1 year. I think that is the Josh Rosen season.
Yeah.
Then he was 1 year Cleveland Browns defensive coordinator. Then he took a year off. Then he was at Mizzou in 2021, 1 year as the defensive coordinator. Then he went to Carolina in 2022. He wasn't the DC. He was the defensive passing game coordinator and the secondary coach. That might have been the Ron Rivera year where Ron gets fired.
They fired everybody except him. Like, somebody got to run the team, man. It's on you.
Or no. That's not the Ron Rivera season. That's the
not Canales. Oh, the dude Brady, was it Joe?
Right, Frank Reich.
The
Frank Reich year. God. Frank Reich gets fired.
I forgot that was the thing.
He actually leads the Panthers to like a respectable record after he's fired. He campaigned to be the head coach. They passed over him. Hold on. Did they pass over him for Frank Reich? Because there's a coach. Oh, no. They passed over him for Matt Rule.
Forgot Matt Rule was in the NFL.
Yes.
David Tepper was doing anything. David Tepper just be doing stuff, and somehow he landed on on a good head coach. He somehow
right. So passed on him for Matt Rule. Then they go to Dave Canales. So he's 1 year there. Then he goes to San Francisco. It did not go well. He's 1 year there. He's a volunteer advisor for Charlotte in college football team. And then 1 year with the Jets. It has not gone well for him since 20. Let's see. Right. He was with the Carolina Panthers in a couple of different capacities, and from 2012 to 2016. Ever since then, he's basically been everywhere, man. From Carolina to Arizona, Cleveland, Mizzou, back to Carolina, San Francisco, Charlotte, and now New York.
You're not living right. You're not living right. Some got to change his personal life because this ain't necessary. If you correct me if I'm wrong, you would know better not. Did San Francisco send him up to the booth because he was too excited?
No, he came down from the booth.
Down from the booth.
He was up in the booth because that was a big thing. Then he came down to start calling plays. There was rumors and stories that Shanahan had control over his play calling. There was rumors that Shanahan was in defensive meetings near the end of his run, and that he might have been involved in some of the play calling even at that point. Like it was a wild ride for him. Some of this, I do feel he was scapegoated a little bit. Some of this was, we went from Bob Saleh the first time around, went from Saleh to DeMeco Ryans, where the defenses were amazing. And then we went from that to Wilkes, and it just fell off a cliff with pretty much the same players who were all healthy. Nobody was missing time. And so it just, and they spent a lot of money that year too, and it just didn't work out.
No idea what that's like. Can't imagine. Can't imagine that.
Man. So Steve Wilkes, man. I mean, listen, bro.
Fix your life.
I don't know if you need to call Kearney Thomas for a little prayer. I don't know what you need to do. Go. But yeah, bro. Like that man is a scapegoat for everything that goes wrong everywhere.
He really is. It's ugly.
But anyway, as far as the head coaching situation, the wildest thing to me, this feels like a game of Madden. Like if you ever played Madden, when you simulate the seasons and you see like all these coaches get fired, but then get rehired. I've never seen so many coaches get fired. They're like, oh yeah, well, he's going to interview with 5 teams.
Right.
And to me, the NFL has done a bad job as of late of creating opportunities for guys to move up. I think right now you end up with Zach Robinson because you're taking a wild swing. He hasn't done enough to really proven it. There's a young man, shout out to this young man because he is from Kansas City, Nate Shilhace. He is interviewing, I think, with the Titans or with some team. Like he's like a passing game coordinator. Mind you, Nate Shilhace is 35 years old.
Wow. Yeah.
Right? So He's going to interview with several teams for their head coaching job. I think he's going to interview with some teams for the OC jobs at other places. Right now, they're just throwing stuff in the dark. I mean, when I saw that Phillip Rivers was being given consideration for a head coaching job, and I went, "What? Why?
Matt Ryan's president of operations for the Falcons.
Listen,
he was just on CBS 2 days ago, and now he's the president of the Falcons.
And I got questions about whether he's fit for that. Like, it's one thing to be the quarterback of a team, to be the CEO. Let me get my quotation marks in the right place. To be the CEO, it's another thing to be kind of the literal CEO and have to run an entire organization. Yeah. And I just don't know if he or Tom Brady are fit for these types of things.
Yeah.
Because no offense to Michael Jordan, like sometimes it's just not your strong suit.
It's not what you do. It's not what you do. And for Arthur Blank, I know Arthur Blank just values people he trusts and people he knows. So I understand why he made that decision. Like, bro, do you want to win a championship before? You know, like, I don't think this is the way. I think you're going about this all wrong. It's a super fascinating time. And the other thing is, I don't know what the trend is to hire now. Because remember when Sean McVay, the real whiz, the true whiz kid, showed up, it was, hey, this dude, one time, him and Sean McVay played Little League together, so we gonna hire him because he knows Sean McVay. Like, that was like a whole thing for an offseason. Like, people who just knew Sean McVay were getting interviews. Zach Taylor still has a job because he was cool with Sean McVay. Still employed to this day. The only surviving AFC North coach was Zach Taylor, by the way.
That's crazy.
It's amazing.
That's crazy. And he probably should have been fired.
Right. Yeah. They were like, oh, the offensive players love him. Like, I bet they do. This is the only thing they're good at. I bet y'all do love him.
And I mean, they've kind of pruned the McVay tree, right? Like, they've, like I said, Sheil Hayes is the only guy. Well, that's not true, because I think Chris Shula is their defensive coordinator. And so Chris Shula is getting some looks as a head coach.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, there's nothing left. They bled it dry. And so now you're seeing, obviously, I don't know if Tomlin's going to take a year off or if he's going to just jump right back into coaching. I think he should take the year off. Okay. But it looks like Harbaugh's going to New York. I mean, Mike McDaniel's getting looks. I mean, look, our guy, Raheem he's getting interviews. Eric Bieniemy has me looking around and going, man, come on, bro.
What did he? Why?
Like, y'all can't even Rooney Rule me. I can't even get a Rooney Rule invite to the function.
Why is he so unlikable? Like, what did he do to these people? Because there's something unlike. There's got to be some kind of unlikability factor he just don't have. It's so confusing to me.
The only thing I can think of is that he is such an old school coach in a whole new world of athletes that teams just. Or he's like, he has presented himself like Brian Flores, right? So Brian Flores, I've heard people talk about how he basically was a pretty cool guy once he got started. But after I think that first season, he basically turned into he started acting real different. And so I'm assuming maybe it's got to be one of those situations where he's just acting real different.
That might be it. Yeah, that would make sense.
And so, like, he must be one of them types, and they just not going to have that. So, yeah. But anyway, we can keep talking about that. Let's jump into these games real quick, and so we can talk about what happened and then make predictions. We'll start on Saturday night. Rams Panthers. Styles make fights. Like, I don't think the Panthers are a really good team, but I mean, they seem to like playing the Rams.
Yeah. I think Panthers fans. I think you saw enough to where Bryce Young. He can handle the moment, right? He didn't necessarily melt down. I think that's a good sign. But I also don't want them to take this and be like, yo, look how good we were. We're gonna win 10 games next year. No. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to Dave Canales. All right. Don't do that to him. Because let me tell you something. Let them win 5 games next year. Dave Canales will be unemployed because David Tepper's a crazy person. Like, he's a psycho. He's a crazy person. Arguably the worst owner in all of football in a league with Jimmy Haslam. Like, I've never seen someone do more damage in like a 7-year.
Worse than Mike Brown?
Mike Brown's confusing me because he really did somehow accidentally get a playoff. He really did somehow accidentally get a team in the playoffs. I don't know how he did this. I don't know how he pulled some kind of perennial playoff team out, but he did. But David Tepper's moving. David Tepper's speed running it, man. It's a real speed run. Like, I don't know if you saw the SB Nation like Dynasty video where they were like how this team collapsed so fast when David Tepper took ownership. I'm like, wow, this was quick. It was like Super Bowl. Tepper took over, nothing. It's
Wow.
wild. But yeah, but no, Tepper's a crazy person. I want Panthers fans doing it themselves. But yeah, I think you're right. Styles make fights, and Stafford's that was one of those Stafford things. It was like, oh, you don't want to be good today. And then he decided to be good again. It's like, oh, okay, got you. Understood. Understood.
Yeah. 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 I mean, show up when you have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have no idea what to make of Carolina. So I have this. My definition of mid or mediocre is
Mhm.
you're just good enough to make me believe you're good, but then you do something to snatch away all that belief I had further, and that is to me is Bryce Young and the Panthers in a nutshell. Bryce Young will go from 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, game-winning field goal, game-winning touchdown drive, make you go, okay, he's turning the corner. Then the next week he's throwing for like 75 yards, and you're going, we can't win with this guy. Like we have
It's
to make
crazy.
a different decision.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what to make of them as a team. Um, the Rams, I mean, look, you at this point, it doesn't matter how you win. It doesn't matter if you win by
Get it
30, if you
done.
win by 3. Get
Get
it
it
done,
done.
get to the next round. They did it. The offense, I mean, they were up 17-7. And it looked like
Yeah.
this. And mind you, the Panthers are turning the ball over too. Muffin
Right.
punts,
Right.
throwing interceptions, fumbling. And so it's
The
just
lights
like,
got bright.
oh,
The lights got bright on them a little bit. The lights got
it
bright.
looked like this was about to be a dog walk. And then next thing
Yeah.
you know, at halftime, it's what, 17? It was 17 all at halftime, right?
Think so. I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah. It
It
was a
was
real tight game by the
17-14,
half.
excuse me.
14.
It
Yeah. It was
was
a real
they
tight
had
game by
it,
the
it
half.
was 17-14 at half.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that it turned around that quickly on the Rams, I mean, it does give you a little bit of pause as they get ready to take on who they got
Bears.
next.
I think they got Chicago.
Boy, you want to talk about Jekyll and Hyde? My God. Um, that was the second game on Saturday night. So let's just make the segue there. Bears, Packers, and I don't know how Mike LaFleur still has a job because that was kind of a disaster class in coaching the latter half of the season for him as well, including losing
Yeah.
two inexcusable, by the way. I think though both of those losses to the Bears were
Yeah,
inexcusable.
they don't make
They
sense. Not one of them makes sense. I almost forgot about the first until you said that. Because I remember I cut the first game off. I was at my friend's house hanging out with my coworker, and I cut the first game off. And then I had to disappear into my phone. I was like, I'm like, why did the Bears win? So now I disappear into my phone for like 15 minutes to figure out what just happened here. Because I'm confused. You're right.
so let me see here.
Because they were up
So
10 in the fourth in that first game, I think. With like 8 minutes left or something ridiculous and lost.
so in 2 4th quarters, and both of those games that the Bears won, the Bears outscored the Packers 38-9. 38-9 in both 4th quarters of that game. Of those this playoff game and then that comeback win.
It's gotta be over at that point.
I don't
No.
understand.
No.
I can't for the
You got
life
it,
of me.
people.
That doesn't make sense to me. That you outscored them 25-6 in the 4th quarter. Chicago looked cooked. And the thing was, my homie Dre, when they scored the touchdown, I believe that brings them when they scored the touchdown, when it is 21-16, my homie Dre says, the Bears are winning this game, aren't they? And I went, nah, not this time, bro. And then the next drive, the Packers scored a touchdown. It is an
Right.
11-point lead with 6 minutes left in
Right.
the game. The Bears turn around and score a touchdown in just about 2 minutes. A little bit over 2 minutes. They score a touchdown. It's a 3-point game again. They get the stop. I think they get them 3 and out. They get the ball back, and then they march on their game-winning touchdown. And it's just like, guys, like I don't know. I don't know what to make of the Bears because I don't know.
When
It's
Caleb
Tebow
Williams
time.
when Caleb Williams learns how to translate his skills into 4 quarters of football, we in trouble. When he figures that out,
It's kind of
because he's so fascinating to me because I liked him coming out of school, but I also understood the idea that hey, he's one of those guys who wants to make everything all the difficult throws, right? He reminds me of Anthony Edwards a little bit in basketball, to where like you want to do this stupid turnaround jumper and make that right, but you want to shoot 85% from the free throw line. Like why? Why are you not a 50-40-90 guy? It doesn't make sense for you not be 50-40-90, right? And that's all I get Caleb. Like, Caleb in the pocket, somebody's wide, like, Odunze is wide open. He's overthrowing him. Like, bro, just calm
He's
down. Just
he
take a
misses
second.
he misses the easy ones. He
This is
does miss the easy ones
But you raise
sometimes.
that degree of difficulty up, it's a dime. That scramble out, that script play on the scramble, we threw it up. I was like, okay, that's why you went number one, right? Like the kid's got, he has the. Oh, I called him the kid. I'm old. It's over. Oh, I called him the kid. Oh man. Oh man. That just hit me. Okay. I'm back. But no, he has the mentality, right? He has it. I think he has the mentality to go be a big winner. It's just, is he gonna let his fundamentals catch up with it? And that's why I'm glad Ben Johnson's there. I think he really does love Ben Johnson. Hearing the way he talks about Ben Johnson, they say Ben Johnson coaches him hard, and he loves that. And I like to see a young guy who kind of had everything handed to him because he was so good, always been the most talented kid in the room. Like the idea that, like, I like being coached hard. Cool, yeah, come in here. Because Ben Johnson he's a little crazy. So I like that. Like these there for them.
He's a little crazy.
Yeah. And I like what Caleb had. It's just like I don't think y'all are ready for this, just because you're not able to do it consistently, and you're not gonna get away with that at this level. You're just at some point it's gonna stop. At some point, at some it should stop at least. you know.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I don't know what to make of the Bears, man. Like it becomes Tebow time. I don't know what else to call it. It becomes Tebow time in the
It,
fourth quarter. It's like
yeah.
they mess around for the first three, and it's the fourth quarter gets here, and they go, okay, lock in. Like
Yeah.
we've been playing
Because
around for long enough. We it's time to take over.
listen, the Stafford and Williams fourth quarter could be a legendary moment that we get in this game. Because fourth quarter Stafford, the whole gunslinger, man, it could get crazy. I was talking about Stafford, and
Absolutely.
I was saying Stafford's really the last of that Brett Favre lineage of quarterbacks, and we're gonna miss it when it's gone. Honestly, like
For
the
sure.
inexplicable, stupid interception into the ridiculous touchdown drive. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss Stafford when he's gone,
Man,
man. I really am.
I happen to see for some reason a 49er blogger or someone who's 49er affiliated posted the video of him throwing that arm punt that Jaquaski Tart should have picked off. I mean, he could have waved his hands to fair catch it. That's how long it hung up in the air. Like he was
Yeah,
waiting for it.
yeah,
And he dropped it. Now, mind you, the game wasn't over. There was still 9 minutes left, but San Francisco was up 17-14. I
right.
want to say the Rams ended up scoring a touchdown on that drive. But like my mind goes, what would have happened if he would have picked that off?
Yeah,
And he takes it back, and he not because the thing was he would have picked it off and had at least 20 yards because it was like a 40-50 yard throw.
right,
So he would have
right.
had at least a 20-25 yard runway before anybody was able to track him down.
Yeah,
But yeah, Stafford is, and look, he threw one for sure, and probably had maybe one or two more that could have got.
yeah.
So yeah,
I,
I don't know what to make of that
it's a
matchup, man.
thing where I'm picking the Rams, but I wouldn't be surprised. Like this is my sake. I have the Rams winning, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears somehow made the Super Bowl. Like it's I don't know what else am I supposed to do with
Mm.
this team. Like I don't know what else to do with them. Stupid things just happen. like they have a belief that young teams really shouldn't have, and they're like, hey, we're good. Ben Johnson year one, we got it. It's cool. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
They have a real belief. And I like them. But yeah, the Packers. I texted my friend. He's a Packers fan. I texted him before the game. This is my game, Eddie. I text you before the game. Text you if you lose, text you the next day. That's before the game. Good luck, brother. Things went the way they went. Next one, I said, "Hey, you all right?" He texted me. I think I want to quote this right. I believe he said the exact quote was, "If you don't hear from me within the next 3 months, it's over. The football gods think I'm stronger than I am, and I've had enough."
It gets better. It doesn't feel like it. It
Right.
gets better. Oh,
Right.
that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So I don't know what they do
Yo,
next.
man, I don't know how I will say that for another time. We can
Yeah.
talk off season. Let's
Yeah.
jump. We'll go ahead and keep it. We'll keep it in the order of how they
Games.
were
Okay.
broadcast. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we'll go 49ers Eagles. I'll start by saying I
You
went.
skip Bills Jags. Are you going NFC?
Oh, my fault, my fault, my
Yeah.
fault. You're right, you're right. Bills Jags was the
Let's
first game.
delay. Let's delay that.
Can I just I don't want to sound like a hater.
Oh, I'm excited. Let's go. I like how the sentence started.
No, I promise. It's nothing crazy. But boy, it feels like the NFL really wants Josh Allen to win the Super Bowl. If not win it, at least make the Super Bowl. The way the NFL media hypes him up, the way like so I want to put this on record right now because if they happen to lose before the Super Bowl, I don't want to
Oh,
hear
listen.
I don't want to hear, well, Josh Allen has no help. He's got nobody. He's having to do the whole thing by himself. Because I just listened to analysts on TV today talk about how Sean McDermott has the defense playing the best ball it has all season, how what he's doing and changing the picture pre to post snap. It's a really great job that they're doing. James Cook is doing this thing. Keon Coleman he made a nice little cameo appearance after being a healthy scratch for like 5 weeks in a row. I don't want to hear anything about Josh Allen not having help because y'all been blowing this team up and saying how good they are now. I just feel like on that final drive, there was the play where they gave the first down. I'm like, he was short. They never even went back to stop to review it. They gave him like an extra yard.
Yeah.
Extra yard. Then the Josh down play, it's like, bro, he didn't come close to the end zone. How did you give him the touchdown?
I don't know how it wasn't blown dead way earlier. That was insane to me.
How it wasn't blown dead way earlier.
So insane.
So now Jacksonville has to spend their final timeout because of the 10-second runoff. Like, I don't know, man. It just feels like to me, he was deserving of the MVP last year, but it felt like a career achievement. Like here, you finally played well enough through all 17 games where we've been waiting to give this to you here at Shores now.
Because they gave MVP, but Lamar got first team. All pro. So
and it just feels like, granted, I've been hearing terrible things about Tony Romo and how he calls the game. I mean, these analysts glaze the quarterbacks anyway, but it just feels like they're just like, Josh, please help us help you. You've got to pull it off this year. And listen, he needs to. No Lamar, no Burrow, no Mahomes. There's no current standing elite quarterbacks. Drake May is making his way there. You are the elder statesman of the playoff teams right now. Listen, in the AFC title game, one of Bo Nix, Drake May, or CJ Stroud, one of those three are going to be playing in an AFC championship game. So if you don't get it, and listen, Denver's not going to be no slouch. Going into Denver's not going to be easy. But if you don't get there this year, please don't. And I saw Mina Kimes say, well, if they don't make it, we can't have this whole conversation of, well, it's Josh's fault. And I'm like, but we do that for everybody else.
Yes, we can. We will. And like Mina doesn't do that, right? Mina doesn't do that. But Mina, this isn't about you. All right. I love Mina Kimes. Mina, it's not about you. It's not about Dominique Foxworth. It's not about Marcus Spears. It's not about y'all. It's the rest of them. Because let me tell you something. Ever since the Chiefs were eliminated, right? And we saw the Ravens were wherever they were. Me and Q were on the phone like, Josh Allen don't get it done. It's up. It is up. And the thing is, I'm so conflicted because I actually do like Josh Allen. Josh Allen's never been the problem.
Absolutely.
It's them. It's all of them. They lost that Philly game because he just missed the open guy. And that happens. It wasn't an easy throw. He missed an open dude. And I saw the clips. They were like, psychologically, he wants to do so much. I'm like, no, he just missed an open dude for a 2-point conversion. It happens. Every quarterback misses people. We don't have to make all these excuses for him. And but no, this is the year, man. I don't want to hear nothing. I'm feeling the same. I don't want to hear a peep. Not a whisper. I don't want to hear nothing because y'all told us he was right behind Mahomes. And the only reason he didn't have one is because of Mahomes and the defense has failed him every time, blah, blah, blah. Brother, it's Bo Nix, Drake May, and CJ Stroud. Get it done.
I want no excuses.
Get it done. And McDermott, too. Apparently, him and McDermott are the longest tenured duo to never make a Super Bowl. Hey, both of y'all, get it done or shut up. I don't want to hear anything. Both of you.
I don't want to hear.
I ain't saying you got to win it, but you better at least get there. And if you lose it, you better lose on a last-second field goal. All right?
That's it. Listen, I don't make the rules, man. I don't make the rules. I'm not saying I'm going to get on here and do it, but we're not about to change the rules midstream and say, well, we can't say it's not his. Since when?
Yes, we can.
Since when? yes, we can. We absolutely can. All right, let's get to our game. So I'll start a little bit and I'll let you take over. So again, I decided to be a family man. I could not watch this game. So I wouldn't watch Avatar.
How was it?
3 hours. I went the game. The movie started like probably 3 o'clock. I think it was like a 2:40 something start. So after 20, 30 minutes of previews,
Yeah.
it starts. And I got to tell you, I kind of had my phone out during the first half in the movie theater.
Mm.
And the 49ers offense struggled. I mean, most of that first half, excuse me. And so I'm like, I don't know what's sadder, what's happening on this movie screen or what's happening on my phone. But it's all bad. There's just there's no hope right now.
Yeah.
There's no hope for the Navi people. There's no hope for the Niners right now. Somebody save us. Jake Sully, can you play? Can you line up at defensive end, Jake Sully? We need you right now. Forget about the rest of the Navi people, the 49ers. Like, it was just not good. And so I stopped watching it. Once it went to halftime, I'm like, okay, put my phone away, lock in on the movie, watch the rest of the movie. Loso hits me up. Yo, what do you think about the game? Driving home. And when I get home, it's the fourth quarter. And I pull it up just in time just to see the Juwan Jennings no, that's not true. I missed that touchdown. I'm sorry. The final drive. I pull up just in time to see the final. Pass. Man, that was a dot, though, by the way. And a great catch. But I have said this repeatedly. I understand that he probably won't win it. But Kyle Shanahan deserves to be the coach of the year because nobody has done more with less this year when you think about the amount of star players he's lost. No one's done more with less. I did not expect them to beat Philly because I thought that defense of Philadelphia would do enough. And that, to be fair, I feel like they did do enough.
They did
to help Philly win the game.
They did.
But I thought they would overpower them in ways similar to what Seattle did, and that the offense wouldn't have enough answers. And they, by hook or by crook, they found them. That last drive from Purdy and the Niners, clutch. I mean, listen, I think last time you and I did a show, I said, maybe they should look to trade Brock Purdy. I own that.
Yeah.
He has been lights out for the most of since he's come back. He's been last part of the season. He's been pretty lights out. They got an incredibly tall task in front of them. I don't think they'll beat Seattle in Seattle. That defense has given them fits in both games this year. They scored a combined 20 points in 2 games. Now, the good news is Seattle has scored a combined, I think, 27 points in 2 games. So it's not like they've been lighting it up either. But I'll turn the floor over to you and let you give the 2025-26 Eagles their eulogy.
Yeah. So the game started. It started with Quinyon Mitchell getting toasted, which made me very upset because I don't know if you know, Richard Sherman was saying some things online that upset me about my all-pro cornerback this week. So he had us in a tizzy this week. And when he got the interceptions, I may or may not have called my friend and said, tell Richard Sherman, and I said some unsavory things that I will not repeat on this family broadcast. Said some unsavory things. Not proud of it, but it was in my soul. That's how I felt. I'm just gonna own that. But no, it's funny because this rivalry felt like the saddest San Francisco Eagles rivalry week of all time. In our little budding 4-year rivalry that was just out of pettiness, honestly. It was just a bunch of pettiness that took place over the 4 years of this little beef we had. But this was the saddest one because 49ers fans like, yo, we too hurt. And we were just like, Eagles fans like, yo, we suck, man. Y'all don't understand. We suck. Because I think I told you, I said, keep Robert Saleh away from Kevin Patullo. I don't want him near a Kevin Patullo offense. And I really didn't. I know he can do. I know what that man does. I didn't want those problems. I didn't want anything to do with that. Yeah, Quinyon gets toasted on the first drive. I'm like, it's not ideal. It's kind of scary. But yeah, so we settle into the game a little bit. This game to me ended the way it deserved to end. And you know me, like I'm not this like delusional. Oh, we got screwed. No, we 100% deserve to lose the game just like that because it's how we played all year, and that's what we did. This season deserved to crash and burn. It didn't mean I wasn't upset by it, but we deserve to crash and burn. And I've said before, and I've been saying this all day. I didn't expect us to win a Super Bowl this year. I didn't expect. I just have too much reverence for what back-to-back is. I don't expect the team to do that. If the team does that, you shouldn't expect it. It should be a shocker. Like I don't expect us to go back-to-back. I felt like that was a lot to ask, and I never expected that. What I expected was to look competent and not be embarrassed. We were neither competent and we were also embarrassing. I don't like being embarrassed. Not in front of everybody. That was the nation was watching. That was embarrassing. I don't like that. I was very unhappy with that fact. And it's the fact that for weeks and weeks and weeks, it was Nick Sirianni being like, "Hey, we're this close. We're this close. We're this close." If I knew that, I don't know what's wrong. It was like 4 weeks ago. He was like, I don't know what the problem is. When I find it, we'll identify it. What do you mean you don't know what the problem is? And
You're the
you're the
head
head
coach.
coach. That's your job is to find the problem and identify it. I heard in week 3, my ladder said, "Hey, we're getting these plays in. We're taking so long to get these plays in. We need to get up to the line and get some time to make checks." Because Jalen Hurts last year with Kellen Moore was making checks and stuff. Because that was a big thing when Kelsey retired. Because the thing was, Kelsey makes all the checks at the line. The quarterback didn't have to do all that. Kelsey was gone, so it was like, it's on Hurts. I'm like, cool. Hurts like, cool. I want to do that anyway. He wanted that responsibility. And we won a Super Bowl when he had that responsibility. But now with this team, week 2, they're like, we're taking so long to get these plays up. That never got fixed. We were taking too long forever, all year, until they ran with a little bit of tempo in this game. And good things happened when they ran with tempo. But this was the loss they deserved, man. The offense was putrid. I saw Devontae Smith say, "Hey, this is the same scheme running for 4 years." Like, if that's actually the case, then Nick Sirianni should probably get fired, because why is your scheme not? Your scheme can't be the same for 4 years. That's not acceptable football at all. It's not acceptable at all. Like, that can't be what it is. I can't watching that team play and watching Kyle Shanahan in my Obadiah Stane from Iron Man voice with a box of scraps. Just dial up play after play. Just dialing it up over there. Like, just cooking. I'm like, watching that much innovation and creativity on offense, and then watching the Philadelphia Eagles in their own stadium just do nothing but inside zone hitch route. It's so disturbing. And I have a few people I'm tired of. I'm tired of AJ Brown went too far finally with me. I've been very lenient with AJ Brown because I feel like AJ's been right in what his feelings. I don't think he expressed it in the right way, but I think he was right. And that's what pretty much what Lurie told him. And they said Lurie's like, "I understand. Don't do that on social media though." And to be fair, AJ stopped doing it on social media. He got off the socials when Lurie had that talk with him. And I think that was a big step for him. But AJ went too far with me with him and Nick Sirianni arguing. That happens. I wasn't tripping too bad on that. When I found out it's because you didn't want to get off the field after you just dropped the pass. Hey, bro, you dropped the pass, bro. We got a punt. Get off the field. I don't want to hear it right now. Like, don't take it out on him because you dropped the pass, bro. You were right there. You dropped it. It's on you. And then the real kicker for me was skipping the press conference. No,
Yeah.
bro. You can't do what you've done all year, the way you've carried this all year. And then when you have your 3-drop game at the most pivotal point of the season, want to walk out and not talk to nobody. Nah, bro, you gotta own that. We all of you have to own it because you were all wrong. You're all of you were a part of this. Everybody gotta own it. I'm sorry, you gotta own that. That was too far. That was the thing with AJ. I'm like, nah, we can't have that. Can't be it. It can never be. I'm not gonna do the press. No, you're doing the press conference, bro. You're doing it because we gotta own. This has to be owned. This was an organizational failure from top to bottom offensively. This was a championship level defense held back by an offense. There was not one game where I got mad at the defense because I'm like, hey man, you've been out here for 70 plays. I can't get mad at you for giving up a touchdown. You tired. That Bills comeback was the most predictable thing ever. Cause I'm like, y'all can't keep going 3 and out. It's not realistic. And it's just frustrating because we all know, yes, Jalen Hurts has limitations. Okay, cool. With Jalen Hurts' limitations, he showed himself to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. That's just a fact. So with the right system and the right coaching in place, you can work around those limitations. I don't really want to hear how you're limited by Jalen Hurts, Kevin Patullo, when I just saw the man win the Super Bowl last year with the same offensive weapons. The offensive line is not as good as it was last year. You should be able to game plan for that. Your offensive coordinator, that's your point. That's what you do. Kyle
Yeah.
Shanahan is right there with just people, and just magic is happening. Like, true magic. This is the best Kyle Shanahan coaching job too, and that's saying something
Hands
considering
down.
how good of a coach he's been. This is his best coaching job. But
Hands
no,
down.
man. Barry this season, they got what they deserved. I'm glad about it. But what Kevin Patullo meant for evil, God meant for good. Because that man is gone. Them losing the first round made them be like, hey, it's over. He's out of here. And I genuinely believe the next offensive coordinator they hire should have full autonomy over the offense. Nick needs to actually be the CEO guy. You can talk, but this is his offense. You're not gonna be telling you're not gonna be changing stuff. This is offense he's calling plays. That needs to be the job of the coordinator. I don't care if it's a proven guy. That needs to be the coordinator's job. You as head coach, do your CEO thing. Do some John Harbaugh, little Mike Tomlin. Cool. Because I do think Nick does set a good culture. I do believe in that. I think those guys play for Nick. Those guys are on time. Those guys, the effort is there.
Mhm.
The competency is the problem. And I don't mind you being the CEO guy. I think CEO guys are underrated in football. Mike Tomlin was a CEO. Harbaugh was a CEO. Harbaugh wasn't scheming you up. Mike Tomlin wasn't off scheme. It was, hey, this is our culture. This is what we do here. Y'all go do the job. That's fine. That's valuable. But you got to step back into that role and stop. You let it go, bro. No, that's his offense. Shut up.
Listen,
Can they put a dog collar on him? Like, if Nick's like, hey, what if we don't say nothing. You just stand there. All right?
here's my thing with new Sirianni. If the offense isn't good, what are you good for?
That's the
Like,
thing.
you're an
Especially if you're in the
offensive
meetings.
guy. You're an offensive guy. If they're not going to be, if the offense is going to stink every other year,
Right.
if it
Every year
only
you make the
works,
hire, the offense is bad.
like I don't. That's my thing with him. I think that's. I feel like my biggest issue with Nick Sirianni is I feel like Nick Sirianni was born on third base, and he thinks he hit a triple to get there. And it's like, no, son, you did not hit a triple. You were placed here. You were like a pinch runner, right? You watch what Doug Peterson and more importantly, what the GM has built.
Yeah, how he
And they said, okay, we need a pinch runner. And you showed up on third base and you just showed up there strutting like you just cracked one to the gap. And it's like, no, you didn't. You didn't. So that's my biggest issue with him. And he's got to get whether how he gets the OC or whether he hires him, he better get it right. Because if he doesn't get it right next year, you're done in this town.
Let me ask you something. You saw him closer than I did. I saw somebody say that they don't think Mike McDaniel would be a good fit based on his scheme that he ran in San Francisco and Miami with that. He likes a lot of agile kind of line and stuff like that. Do you think that would be do you think he'd be a good fit with our roster or no?
I think it depends on how adaptable Mike can be. I think the other part of it is that because he's a Shanahan disciple. Now, mind you, that Shanahan McVay system, I mean, that's a system that's really kind of running the league right now. I mean, O'Connell, you talked about Zach in Cincinnati. I'm trying to think how many other disciples there are. I mean, Clint Kubiak in Seattle comes from that Harbaugh McVay scheme. I want to say, well, I know Sloak is gone, but Sloak was a disciple. So a lot of that runs off of precision and timing. And so that depends on if you can get Jalen Hurts, right? Because what makes Brock Purdy work so well is that in that system is that when he gets to that fifth step, he's got one hitch, maybe two, but the ball's coming out.
Yeah.
And so I do feel like sometimes with Jalen, he's not trusting what he's seeing. And if you're not going to get that ball out on time, then that offense is going to be hell for you, right? Tua at his best, it was a timing offense. He was throwing the ball to a spot because he knew once Tyreek or Jalen made that cut, they were going to get to where I throw this ball, right? And so I think that's the biggest question is, can Jalen be a timing quarterback? If he can play on time, then yeah, you can play in just about any Shanahan McVay offense.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair thing. Because one thing my boy Jalen gonna do, I love him. My boy gonna bail out that clean pocket, boy. If you don't like
he's
that,
gonna bail out. Yeah.
And that's the sneaky problem with the 6 foot guy. They can't see.
They can't see.
They can't see.
I mean, listen, it's concern with Brock. It is a concern with Brock. And I mean, trying to think, they play. No, you guys have a 6. I think I'm confusing. That's the Bills have a 6'8" defensive lineman, Deion Walker.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Seattle and the 49ers. Who you got now?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not doing the Sam Darnold thing. He got to show me. I got 49ers. Sam Darnold got to show me in the playoffs, man. I'm not doing it, bro. I saw enough. I'm not doing I'm not doing the Sam Darnold thing. Now, I do believe in Mike McDonald. I think that's probably the best hire we've seen in a minute. Yeah, that dude can coach. That dude, I think even before that, I remember when he got hired, I mean, it's like, hey, they put him in a division with coordinators with coaches. He's kind of built defenses to handle. Like, he's always been good against McVay, always been good against Shanahan. It's kind of proven itself out. But I'm not doing the Sam Darnold thing, man. So I can't, man. I can't, bro. I thought man throw 4 picks in a game this year. Nope.
So
I refuse.
the thing that is going to be, I think, helpful to Sam is that they're going to be able to run the football, I think, again on the 49ers.
Mm.
If the Niners can stop the run and they put it on Sam's shoulders, then I think game on. But I do think Seattle, listen, man, Nick Eamon, I think I said his last name right. He got hurt. So they played the 49ers in the first game of the season. Nick got hurt, like I think in like the first quarter and was out for several weeks. That kid is good, man. That's good. They've gotten I forget 21. I can see one of their cornerbacks, they ended up moving to safety as well. So they got two very physical, very tall guys running around back there. And so I just think defensively, like you said, Mike McDonald has his number. He is not when Mike McDonald was the was the DC for Baltimore, and Brock Purdy got dismantled on Monday Night Football. That was Christmas of 24. Got dismantled on Christmas night against Lamar and them. I just don't see it ending well. I think that defense is just like you said, they know how to shut them down. So this isn't even a pessimist to me. This is just me being a realist.
Yeah,
I just don't think they have enough. And they lost Kittle, right? They just lost. It's never the bums for the Niners that get hurt. It's like it's like, okay, who are the top five important players? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Brock Purdy. We're going to give him turf toe for a little bit. Okay, we're going to tear Bosa's ACL. Oh, yeah, we're going to break Fred Warner's ankle.
You're so right. You're so right.
It's not the bums. It's just the indispensable. Oh, Trent, we're going to give him a bad we're going to strain a hip. Like we're just going to,
And Brandon Ayuk just went home, right? He just quit.
And Brandon Ayuk just no call, no show. He just said, "I quit.
Yeah,
I quit.
Yeah,
I'm done here."
He's a quitter. Yeah.
So yeah, Ricky Pearsall, he got hurt on a hospital ball from Brock when Brock was playing through the turf toe, and his PCL hasn't been right since. It's just name them. Just name whoever's important. Just whoever. Like I said,
that's a great sad point. It really is all the important people.
That's crazy. You have these idiots out here talking about, oh, it's the electromagnetic field that's causing.
I saw that. I'm fascinated by the theory. The theory is fascinating to me. What does Neil deGrasse Tyson think? I need his opinion. When Neil deGrasse Tyson tells me that it's the electromagnetic field, I'm with it. I'm with Neil.
I'm like, so this only applies to the 49ers and not to the residents who live around there. We don't have a high incident report of torn ACLs.
Well, they're just the residents around there they're in Silicon Valley, man. They're just doing their techie thing. They're not athletes.
Oh my god,
they're on their mopeds. You can't tear your ACL on your moped.
Oh, such crap, man. That's pissing me off. I got my friend telling me to me, man, this makes sense. No, it doesn't make sense. Don't be come bringing those stupid pseudoscience crap around here, man. God doggone it. I got enough idiots around me with conspiracy theories, and y'all gonna bring this to my favorite team. Man, get out of here. All right, we're not even going to talk about the last two games because they were terrible. They're not worth talking about. I mean, it cracked me up because I don't know if you sent me this or I saw it somewhere online, but it was like right now the Texans are I forget how they worded the tweet, so I'm paraphrasing it, but the Texans are like washing the Steelers and they're only up 7-6 or something like that. It was something crazy.
Yeah, it was ugly. It was ugly. They got to get together too. Don't have a meltdown in this playoff game, brother. It's gonna be bad for you. I'm telling you right now. Don't do it.
Listen.
Don't do it, CJ. Fix it.
That defense, though, man. That defense. Them and the Seahawks. Man. It's scary. It's scary. The way they were flying around for the Texans, and it's just like. And my thing is with the Steelers. I felt like they never adjusted to say, hey, these guys are really fast. Maybe we should get the ball out quickly.
No, they didn't.
And Aaron is back there, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3. He's finally open, guys. Okay, here we go. Oh, strip sack. Oh, sacked again. Oh, not the.
Aaron.
Like, can we run some of those quick slants? Can we borrow some of the Kevin Petula offense and run some quick slants
here? Yeah, it's quick slant hits, man. You needed it.
They needed it badly. They needed it badly.
He's but yeah, that. I've seen that Steelers playoff game with 3 different quarterbacks for 5 years. It's the same game every time. This is the same thing. Yeah, that's enough of them. Do you think Texas can beat the Patriots?
I do because that defense. Listen, Drake May did not acquit himself well either.
Agreed.
Right,
Agreed.
it got kind of swept under the radar because again, Justin Herbert was just out there looking like kill the quarterback.
I feel bad for him. I was a guy who was like on the y'all do too much with Herbert, but now I'm like, you know what? I see it. I understand. I
Like,
understand.
what do you want him to do? Like, the pass
Yeah.
rush was on him every time. And he was just taking like I talked about how Jaden Daniels was taking those cartoon type hits
Yeah.
from when he was in
Yeah.
college. Like, he was just getting beat up. I mean, just getting blasted every which way. But I think that that defense for the Texans is going to be the best one that Drake May has seen.
Agreed.
And listen, they got some demons. They
Every,
got some
they
dogs.
really do. Like the Patriots, it's just they kind of beat up on bums all year, which is it's just your schedule, right? It is what it is. But it does come a thing where at some point, I'm like, experience is gonna have to matter in these games at some point. And the Texans, for whatever you think of them, are more experienced in these playoff situations than the
Barely
Patriots are.
though.
Barely, but they got it. Just they got a little bit of it.
So
But
you
then my
don't
other thought is, I watched Mike Vrabel get Ryan Tannehill to an AFC Championship game.
So that was my point. That was my point there, right? The
Yeah,
experience that the players lack on the field, Mike Vrabel makes up in. Granted, he hasn't had a ton of success, right? They made
yeah.
one AFC title game with him as head coach, but
Mhm.
that's one more than the D'Amico Ryans, who I love.
Right. Great.
I would love for him to be the head coach of the Niners once, you know,
Yeah,
Kyle Shanahan hangs it up. I doubt that would
yeah.
happen, but
Right,
but
right.
I mean that was going to be my point though. I think
Mm-hmm.
can Vrabel make up the difference, but I'm going to go with Houston. I just think that
Yeah,
that defense is just too ferocious,
they're
man.
so good.
It's
Houston apparently won their first road playoff game like ever or something crazy or since however long. It was some long drought of road playoff wins when they beat Pittsburgh. So maybe they go beat New England. Maybe they do it. You know, I
and
remember
they
when Houston was like trying to come up. It was like Aaron Foster, and they go play New England, and they would get spanked every single time, like
and their Letterman's
religiously.
jackets. Remember they
Yeah,
wore
the
the other
letter.
word.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, Letterman jacket. I'm so glad you remember that because I was like, that did happen, right? Yeah, the Letterman jacket. They just go over there and get spanked every time. It was like, man, get out of here. So
yeah.
maybe they can continue to buck trends. But yeah, that defense is so. And I just love the fact that everybody emphasizes, hey, it's not really they ain't scheming you up. They ain't doing no tricks. It's just we're fast. We're gonna run so fast.
Speed everywhere. Al Shair going crazy. Henry To'o going crazy. You got Daniil Hunter. Will
The Neil Hunter and Will
uh
Anderson is so messed up.
so
That's just
messed
a
up.
messed
Then
up combination.
Jalen Petrie back there blowing people up. Derek Stingley locking down Kamara. Like, it's a good defense, man. So you
Yeah,
got Bills. You
yeah.
got Bills and Texans.
I'm saying it better be the Bills. I'm telling you right now, Josh. But yeah, I think I got the Bills, and I'm gonna lean Patriots just because just
Hmm.
that's the way the Houston Texans offense look. I just don't know if I can trust y'all to produce them to produce enough points to take advantage of however much that defense limits Drake May, because they're gonna limit Drake May. Drake May ain't never seen nothing like what he's about to see on Sunday. But I just don't know if that offense will produce enough points. CJ Stroud did not instill confidence in me the other day. As a CJ Stroud fan, I did not like what I saw in that game.
Yeah, and you had Collins who suffered a concussion too. When I think they had to
Yeah,
cart
yeah.
him
Poor
off.
Nico,
So
man. Nico's been through so much in his career. It makes me sad.
yeah, yeah.
It
So
makes me sad.
NFC, you got. I mean, you have Niners and Rams, right?
Niners, we're back. We're back to that old thing. Let me ask something because I've never had the pleasure of playing like. Why don't is are the Rams your most hated rival in the NFC West
I'm
or
gonna say the Seahawks still. I just
Seahawks?
think
Okay,
lingering back to the Wilson and Kaepernick days,
fair.
I just feel
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah.
hate like so. My friend, my homie was just like, "Yo, with Jeremiah Love coming out, he was like, I saw a mock draft that said the Seahawks were taken." I said, "Man, listen, I love Jeremiah Love, but I will hurt him to keep him from playing in Seattle. If I can't have him, can't nobody have
Nobody
him. Like
has.
he ain't going to Seattle. He can go to there's 20 what there's 30 NFL teams.
Yeah, 32, 32.
I'm sorry, 32. There's
Yeah.
31 other franchises he can play for. He cannot play for that one. Cleveland,
I,
send him to the worst franchise in the league. Cleveland, the Jets. You can send
he,
him
he can
anywhere but Seattle.
he can
Because
replace
I
Saquon.
we
He can be the Saquon replacement.
that
No,
would make me
all right.
sad because that helps Nick Sirianni. So maybe there's
It
two
does.
teams he can't
It
go to.
does.
There's two teams. He can't go
Yeah,
to
I know you
Philly.
want to like.
Yeah, yeah, no, 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 no. Yeah, yeah.
I
There's
get
two
you right. I
teams.
get you right.
Yeah, yeah. So listen, team Philly and Seattle. If y'all love Jeremiah, don't y'all select him. He can go anywhere else. I would love to see. Listen, the Niners have other issues, But I would love to see Kyle Shanahan put a first round pick in on Jeremiah Love in the late 20s.
We don't.
Because
as a person with the team in the NFC, we don't need any of that. I don't need any of that in my life.
Nope. Christian McCaffrey is at the end of his rope.
He is, and he's still somehow cold as ever.
He's still cold,
so
but
crazy.
like that explosiveness is not there anymore.
He doesn't separate. He doesn't break tackles the way he used to. The way he used to get off tackles.
Nope. And if they try to roll him out, the first tackle was
a guarantee he breaking it with Christian McCaffrey back in his prime.
And if they try to roll him out there next year, and give him 400 touches again like they did next, it's gonna. They got.
I don't know why Blake Corum didn't end up as a 49er. I like Blake Corum coming out.
So
I like him a lot.
As much as I like Kyle, I have had a love-hate relationship with Kyle. Mm-hmm. And sometimes he can try to be the smartest man in the room.
Yeah.
And so he'll try to go and find like obscure LSU running back like Tyrion Davis-Price. And it's like, yo, that guy wasn't that good at LSU, Kyle.
Right.
You know, Joe Davis from Utah. Like I can keep going down a list of running backs that he's drafted that haven't. Isaac Garendo just drafted him, I think, in the second round last year. Healthy scratch. Well, not healthy scratch. He might be special teams. He's like RB3 or 4.
Yeah.
And so he drafted another guy this year. So, I mean, I don't know. His toxic trait is drafting quarterbacks who are drafting running backs who are not difference makers. Although when he hits, he hits. When he finds him, he finds him.
He got it from his dad a little bit too. Yeah, he definitely got that from Mike. Somebody was like, y'all take a run. Any running back, come here. I'll make you great. He's like, man, what if you got a really good dude and then put yourself with a really good player? Imagine that, huh? Can we think about that? Maybe.
I would love for him to go after Mekhi Lemon. I would love for him to go after Jeremiah Love, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna go Rams, Seahawks, NFC West, and I'll go Bills, and I'm gonna go Texans.
Oh wow! Either way, it's the NFC. Either way, it could be NFC West. It could be all NFC West conference championship. Wow, I didn't think about that.
It could. It's the best division in football, in my opinion.
100%. I have no doubts about that. No doubts about that at all.
Well, it's been a nice. It's always a 2-hour journey when we link up, which is cool. But I appreciate you showing up, filling in once again. You're climbing up the rankings. Loso, if he hasn't surpassed you, I'm gonna do the tally at some point. If he hasn't surpassed you, he's getting close. He's on your heels. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna start booking myself just to pass him.
But yo, man, we appreciate everybody who was with us tonight. You can check out every episode of It's a Black and White Thing by going to the podcast app of your choice, wherever you find the good podcasts. Give us 5 stars, leave a comment, share the audio version. You can also find us on YouTube by searching at Brains and Bars. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like button so you can tap in every time we go live. Also, I might drop a quick commentary for this week in the NBA. I was planning on taking the week off. I might drop a quick commentary on Trae Young and the trade season, which is getting ready to kick off. I am load managing. That's great. I am load managing. It takes a lot of research. It's a lot of watching the videos and reading. And it's just last week life was lifing and I couldn't get to it like I wanted to. I'm actually late because I should have had my first segment done by today. But I'm gonna try to get that knocked out. But hopefully next Monday, if I don't drop it this week in NBA, next Monday, 9 a.m., you can catch the next drop this week in NBA. Thank you for those who have been rocking with me, who've been watching that. Some of the best viewed stuff on this very, very small channel. So I appreciate that. So continue to support your boy. Till next time, it's been a Black and White Thing. Y'all be easy. Titus, once again, thank you, sir. And yeah, man, I'll holler at y'all. Y'all be easy.